Hey everybody, welcome to the GMG review. Today we're taking a look at Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team, the starter set, with an eye to what is new and exciting in that box that makes it different from the Kill Team Octarius Boxed Set. I'm not going to spend a ton of time going through this because obviously the Octarius review covered pretty much everything that's in here and it's predominantly the same. The biggest differences are the rule book and the Recruit Edition book that are in this box that will be sort of like new and different to what you've seen before. I have reviewed the Octarius rule book as well separately, which you can check out in the cards here or in the video description to go check out a review of that. But it does go for pre-order today, and I was kindly sent a free review copy by Games Workshop, so I did want to actually talk about it and kind of show off what was different. So let's crack it open, take a look at what's inside, and you guys can see if this, if you did not, if you passed on Octarius and you didn't grab it the first time around, see if it's for you. Now, all right, so here it is, the Kill Team starter set, skirmish combat in the 41st Millennium. So what's the difference in here? Well, you're not getting, compared to the Octarius box, the big barricades. You're getting one frame of the walls, so 1, 2, 3 scrap walls, and then 1, 2, 3 scrap piles as you're training the box set. So between that and the 6 barricades that you can deploy, that's going to be your train. You're getting a paper mat instead of the card mat, but you are still getting all 11 orcs, because you got to count the commando grot, all the transfers for them, and then all 10 plus a bag for the 11th. They got a commando grot. These guys get a bag full of syringes for the Death Corps Krieg. And their decals as well. You get the Kill Team Essentials sprue, which is the barricades for setup, your 3-inch gauges, and your 6-inch gauge, which are, I'm not going to call them circle, triangle, and square, and pentagon. I don't love that. But they're super useful even just for 40K. The 3-inch and the 3-2-1 gauge, actually, even for AOS, is super handy. You get 10 dice, so it is a starter set. It's the proper starter set. And then you get the Kill Team Essentials frame of tokens to play the game. Now, where this starts to differ from the Octarius book, or Octarius box, is you got the Octarius book, which is now available separately today, which is exactly the same. It's identical in every way to the one that came in the Octarius box set, and you get the core book. But the core book, this is the core book that came in the separately and in the starter set. This one is in A5 scale. They are exactly the same book. It's got a slightly reduced page count just because the color sections are taken out. It's 94 pages, I think, compared to 115 or something like that. But it still has the full missions, and section-wise is exactly the same as the separate book, right? So you have your core rules, open play, match play, and spec ops. You have all the campaign rules as well as the critical missions pack, the TAC ops, and then the appendix and narrative data cards. Now, you'll notice you don't get a TAC ops deck in here. And there's a reason for that, although you do get the TAC ops printed in the book. So you could dice for them instead of dealing them out. What you get instead is you get a Recruit Edition, which has the rules for the models in here, but not their full list. So you don't get the strategic and tactical ploys and equipment lists from the Octarius book. The idea is that by playing through this Recruit Edition book, you're going to learn how to play the game out of the box, have all of the full core rules to expand it if you want to, and then from the kill teams in this box, pick kill teams that you like using either the Octarius book or the Compendium to play, or White Dwarf even, to play later on. So this is purely designed as a starter set to play through. You can notice here some missions. 30 by 22 game board that teach you how to play. So mission 1.0, which gives you your train layout and actually your kill teams as well. So it's 3 trooper veterans, a gunner veteran, 2 commando boys, and a commando Daco boy to play through. So think of this as a proper Recruit Edition box where if you know absolutely nothing about kill team, you're being taught to play the game by playing it, and you don't have to build and paint anything that doesn't come in that mission before you start playing. So you don't have to tackle this whole set of frames to start. You can just build or snap the train off the frame, build these 6 models or 7 models, and then jump into actually playing using the core rules. And even the core rules of the game are actually explained in here, and the core concepts like your tools of war, which I think is great. So the triangle distance is 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 6 inches, all your tokens and stuff, and then you learn by playing. So you learn by playing a game, by putting models down, and then making normal moves, making dashes, and it's a very digestible way of playing, learning how to shoot, and then continue your play. So it gives you the actions you can do. So you're just having a shooting game in that first one. Second one's take cover. It explains cover. And then as you go forward, basically, you're allowed to to learn new actions like fighting, falling back, and then the final offensive is basically a full game with most of the contents of the box. You get gunner veteran, sergeant, bruiser, and 3 troopers. So it's your full, well, it's an 8-man roster basically, versus the commando player with a 6-model roster, because Orcs is tough. And that's it. And then the next steps is basically, you've got the core book already, so you already have this, and you should read through it now that you've learned how to play using the Recruit Edition book. And then the Octarius book to get your full data cards and how to play the game. So with this book here, you basically have like a little mini instructor teaching you how to play Kill Team from start to finish. Then you graduate to this book. So the idea is you read this book first, read this book second, and then if you want to keep playing Kill Team, then you can jump in with the Octarius book for your lists for the models that come in here, or you can pick a Kill Team that you like and play on. So if you haven't played Kill Team before, I think this is a fantastic starter set. If you pass on Octarius, you're going to get a chance to get all these models as well right now. And the Commando and Death Corps Krieg models are superb. They're some of the coolest 40k models that have come out this past year in 2021. And if you are, if you basically don't have a Kill Team players in your area to teach you how to play, you can walk through this book and learn how to play on your own. So the value, I think, is based mostly on the experience level of the person with Kill Team. This is clearly not designed for someone who already plays the game. It is more like the Recruit editions of 40k, where you could put this on your shelf almost anywhere. Any game store could have this on the shelf, and it would be an adequate way of getting into playing the skirmish level of the game. So there we go, a look at Kill Team 2-player starter set for Games Workshop's game of skirmish combat. Like I said, this is primarily aimed at beginners and people who haven't played Kill Team before, so if you are an experienced Kill Team player, unless you're hunting for the models, this might not be the product for you. But if you're a game store owner and you wanted to bring in Kill Team, just having this one box on the shelf, along with your normal 40k models and stuff like that, and your White Dwarves, would give people an entry into playing smaller games in your store. So I think worthwhile as an addition to the range. I hope it sticks around the range for a while. Usually these things, obviously, there won't be the big mad dash to get them like there was with Octarius. So you can probably sit and think on this one for a little while longer and expect to see it in stores for, a while. It may get picked up for the Commandos and the Kriegsmen inside, but hopefully those will also be released soon individually so people can get their hands on them outside of these box sets. Anyway, big thanks for watching. There's my review of Kill Team's 2-player starter set. Till next time, Ash. Have a great one. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look through the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continue to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.